been good hosts since we came here. And like they said, we have not seen anything that is confusing since we came. So kudos to you all. We didn't make mistake coming to here to host this NEC. We are here principally to hold our organ meetings and to use this opportunity to commission the CNG buses. And like he said, this is the first state, but we are looking at the first zone. We are using it as a point for the South-South zone. And we tend to coordinate it between them and Edo, since Edo has a CNG stations already where they can refuel. So those are the two stations we are looking at, to be the hub of the CNG operations in South-South. We have already taken delivery of about 10, so about 60 CNG buses. So we are starting with 10 per zone, 6 geopolitical zones. As we get, we'll still be allocating it to the zones. This is principally to test run the CNG buses. But as NLC, yes, we are seeing CNG buses, but that's not enough. And that's a message we are sending to the federal government. It is not enough to bring CNG buses if you can't bring the CNG to fulfill it. It doesn't make sense. I don't know whether you understand. If we have CNG buses, we can't refill it. There's no infrastructure. It's just like before. So we'll be compelled to continue to buy PMS, which has been the bone of contention from the 70s to date. Each time the increased pump price, there will be protests. And during our tenure in NLC, we say no, let us look for alternative. Apart from every time the increase, we protest. Secondly, if you provide CNG and it is as expensive as PMS, it is useless. I think it's very, very important. We discuss here that while we are discussing the issue of provision of CNG buses, we have to take into cognizance that there must be infrastructure where we can refuel the vehicles. And the CNG must be cheap, because it's not by tomorrow the price of CNG will still jump like the price of PMS. Then all this struggle would have been in vain. So that is why we felt we should make these two clarifications so that nobody will say we have provided CNG buses. If you provide CNG buses, we are not going to wee into it and move it. We need CNG. And we need the price, to be as low as it is. We have gas deposits in Nigeria that can last for the next 500 years. So I don't see the basis for increasing the prices of CNG. So it is clear that we understand this, that the labor movement, this is our position as of today. To Rivers State government, let us thank you for, is it 85,000 naira minimum wage announced? 85. As we proceed into our next meeting today, we will look at the spreadsheet of the 85 and make our further commendations to you. And we believe that you do that which is best to workers. But there are two key areas we want you to understand, and these are areas you inherited. There's this issue of hazard allowance to health workers here. Upward review of hazard allowance since 2021, Abi? Please look into it, sir. There is this issue of teachers from demonstration schools who have not been paid for almost 9 years or more. They have not earned their salary. All these university schools and whatever. Somebody is saying for 9 years or more, they are not paid. And these are issues that you inherited, sir. Because we have been told that the governments have milk of human kindness, and it will be wrong for workers to be suffering. And since we have seen you here as SSG, we have seen the governor, and we have to pass the message. We can't, because we came to commission CNG, and we are going, our members are murmuring. So when you do that, sir, we thank you. Finally, NLC cannot sit and watch workers of Rivers State suffer. Why we are not going to go into jurisprudence or the position of the judiciary? The NLC is also advising the judiciary not to go into a journey of self-destruct. One of the learned Sikh, late Justice Obuta, said, well, not perfect because we are not infallible. And when the Supreme Court talks, some lawyers here were told that you can only appeal to God. When the Supreme Court talks, it is only the Supreme Court that can review itself. No other court can overturn the position of the Supreme Court. The very moment a precedent is laid in law, you follow it. I don't know whether we are communicating. So the judiciary should, everybody seems to be saying that judiciary is the last hope of the common man. We want to plead with the MBA and others to look into what is happening. And the Judicial Council. Some people that are even live benchers and whatever are seeing what is happening. And they're keeping quiet. So, and I'm saying this because I was at the annual program of the National Industrial Court. I say, and I will repeat it, that part of the suffering we are passing today was part of the injunction given by the NIC that we should not protest the increase in pump price of petroleum products. That injunction has kept the country suffering. Whether they are not buying it at this price is what I don't know. Comrade. So I think we have to be careful when we give rulings that will have the tendency to equally affect us. And it has been there on and on and on. Ditto. Rivers State is among the states that where workers collect their salaries as at when due. Anything that will make their salary delay for a day, we will all jointly fight it. We have heard the cry of our state council on this issue, and as a responsible organization, we will stand with them. Comrades, on that note, I will take my seat because we are going to go into next meeting and reserve the remaining. But because I saw the SSG here, I had to pinch him small so that he will take note. Solidarity. Thank you very much, comrades.